G'day and welcome to another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups, all things DIY and mechanical. We are working on my wife's Mazda 2 once again. We're going to do a quick battery install. Now, batteries can be one of those things where you're a little bit unsure of what to do, how much they're going to cost, can I do it myself? Going to answer all those questions. Quick video, it'll help you guys out. Now, the easiest way for you to find out if your battery needs changing is to test it when the car is cranking. So we're going to set our multimeter to volts and we're going to put it on the negative and positive terminal whilst cranking the car. Now, if your voltage drops below 9.5 volts whilst cranking, your battery is cactus. On the battery itself, it'll have the CCA rating, which is the cold cranking amps. If your battery is going to fail, it will likely fail when it is cold, and coming up to winter as well, it is likely to fail then. The reason for this is because a cold battery and engine requires more current to start than a warm engine. So if your battery is likely to fail, it's likely to happen when it is cold. Okay, so we are replacing it with a power source battery. It has a 2-year warranty and is maintenance free, which means that we no longer need to top up the electrolyte levels. It is completely sealed in the top. Now, the CCA rating that I was talking to you about, 560. So when it is cold, that is the maximum amount of current it is going to be drawing. First thing we want to do is remove these little caps. You don't want to be silly and leave those on. Then we're going to go and remove the negative terminal, which is this one here, followed by the positive terminal. Once those two terminals are off, we're going to loosen these two 10 mils and bring the clamp up. Once the two clamps are loose, you can then go and remove each one, and that'll pull straight out like this. And off she comes. Grab the old battery, out she comes. Get the new one, make sure it's facing the right way, and then straight in she goes. All right, so as you can see, the terminals are on the opposite side. So this is a C55D23L. The L denotes that it is on the left-hand side for the terminals, whereas we really need an R for right. But that's okay, we have enough slack in these cables for them to reach, so that's not a problem. Next thing we're gonna do is just grab the battery bracket, stick it back on top, make sure it's clipped in both sides, so you might need to loosen off the two clamps on either side to make sure that it actually fits underneath there. Now, once your clamp is fitted, we're just going to go ahead and tighten them. Tighten them nice and evenly, either side. Easiest way to know if it's tight enough, give it the push test. So long as it doesn't move around too much, then it's nice and tight. We're going to go reattach the positive side, and then we're going to attach the negative. Now, before we go any further, this battery clamp bracket needs to go back on the positive. This prevents anything falling into the engine bay and shorting out against the battery. If it was to touch here and then metal or any other metal surface, you'd create a short circuit. Let's go make sure the engine starts and set the clock, radio, and power windows. All right, so let's just make sure she starts and then we're ready to go. Terrific. So like I said, make sure that when you change the battery, you go ahead and reset your clock, your radio, and reset your power windows as well. Remember to make sure that you change your battery to the same size battery, if not slightly bigger in terms of CCA ratings. That way it'll have more current to start it. Always disconnect your negative first. Thanks for watching another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups, all things mechanical and DIY. Happy Easter, everyone.